picking the right appreciating market is going to be key to a high return portfolio strategy.
I learned a few things about Airbnb and the profitability of Airbnb and scaling that business from this gentleman, Kyle Barton, who is a super nice guy. Kyle, I'm really, really pumped that you made some time to come on here and share with our community.
We have a portfolio of about 15 Airbnb properties, most down in Florida. We've kind of coined the term extreme themed Airbnb, like in the Orlando market. We brought in like theme park contractors. So we paint murals on every wall. We have 3D elements on all the beds. We have fire breathing dragons, fog coming out in a swamp room to go along with the different themes. And the reason we do that, and I think this is what you're referring to, Pablo, is when you look at the revenue curve of properties in a market for vacation rentals, the top 10% performing properties are making exponentially higher returns than the remaining 90% of properties in that market. And so we can double or even more than double the revenue the property will produce if we can be in that top 10% for not that much more of an investment to put like the amenities or the different theming elements that we put in. So that's kind of our strategy going in is what do we need to do to be a top 10% performing property in that market? And then we go and do it better than anyone else.
Love that, man. Love that. It brings me back to when we talk about JWB's data flywheel of the 4,600 properties I have here and how there's all these misconceptions of what drives value for a long-term rental property, whether it's curb appeal or all these other things that you can invest in that don't really drive value. One of the most counterintuitive ones that JWB has found is that in their property management company, they don't do scheduled routine inspections. They found that that does not drive value. Instead, they devote all the resources to when the property is being turned, having somebody after every single showing, that actually increases ROI versus the idea that if your tenants know that you're coming, they can hide whatever thing they're worried you're going to find. And that's what they put value in. So I love kind of like data-driven market intelligence of what you're doing on the Airbnb side. What's your big takeaway from the conference?
Very simple. Get your name on as many titles of properties as possible. Real estate has been a proven investment for years and years and years. Getting your name on titles is going to generate wealth for you. It may not be a quick way of accumulating wealth, but it's a sure way of accumulating wealth. So get your name on titles. A couple other things I wanted to share, not to toot your own horn here, but this came from yours and Gregg's presentation, Pablo. But for long-term hold, when you're holding a property, 60 to 80% of the return comes from the appreciation. So picking the right appreciating market is going to be key to a high return portfolio strategy. And then the last thing, it was from the Fortune Builders panel when they brought all the founders up, and they were talking about making decisions in an uncertain environment, like not knowing what's going on. And they said that the two key things during times of uncertainty are education and information. If you can gather as much information and educate yourself on whatever the topic is that you're not sure about, that's going to give you the confidence that you need to make a decision moving forward. I learned that in 5 of the last 6 recessions, real estate values actually went up. What is this fear that I'm feeling? Like, let's go back to the information and the education that I have and make decisions to go and tackle this recession in a profitable way.